And farmers left scrambling to find funding for crucial environmental conservation projects after the Trump administration and the USDA froze most of the funds allocated to those programs under the Inflation Reduction Act. Although a very small portion has been released, one Iowa farmer says it's not enough and warns what could happen to farms who need the funding. Ophelia Jacobson reports.
Okay, put the seatbelt on. This is going quick.
Pete Youngblood started his business in 2013, helping farmers get the equipment they need to get the job done. He's also a farmer himself.
Obviously on the farm since I was a kid.
Youngblood has 800 acres of land spread across 3 eastern Iowa counties, and on all of that land, he's working on conservation projects funded by the federal government.
So we're going to implement different tillage practices, different fertilizer practices, as well as cover crops.
Those projects are funded by contracts through the U.S. Department of Agriculture. Conservation means a lot.
That's important to me.
To Youngblood and his family.
I want the land to be there, going through the generations.
Youngblood says he gets reimbursed for those projects after they're complete. But now,
I mean, it's thousands of dollars that we're waiting on.
He's unsure where that money will come from.
It's definitely questionable going forward.
The Trump administration issued an order pausing funding on a range of federal loans and grants. That includes funding for some USDA programs.
If they cut the funding for them, then that's not there, and then it's less enticing for guys to actually utilize them and do a better job.
KCCI reached out to the Iowa Department of Agriculture and Land Stewardship about the potential impact on farmers. Communications Director Don McDowell says the department is actively seeking clarity from the USDA on their plans and that the state is anticipating more guidance soon. McDowell also says the department continues to see strong interest in and demand for soil and conservation and water quality programs, and that he expects momentum to continue to build for those projects.
We've got everybody's interest in mind.
Youngblood hopes the Trump administration will take a closer look at rural conservation programs.
We want to be as efficient as possible, and we want to do what's best for the ground that we live on and take care of.
As of late last week, the USDA has released only $20 million of the $19.5 billion in funds provided by the Inflation Reduction Act that have been allocated toward environmental conservation programs.